Hi there, Grant Tiller from Spectrami. I'm joined today by Michael from Datera.
Hello, good day.
Hi, Michael. A quick question for you around Datera and performance. Something I'm trying to get my head around is, different users in my organization are working with different applications. Those different applications may have different performance requirements, different availability, different response times. How can Datera deal with that?
Yeah, this is something we see very regular. We don't see a customer with a single application usually. It's a mix and match of everything, as you mentioned,
Yeah.
performance requirements, availabilities, all these kind of things. And all these kind of things are changing over time as well.
Because even in an organization, I guess, with a task worker, that task worker will still have different requirements. They're not going to use one application day in, day out.
Correct.
So different applications may have different performance needs.
Yes.
From the storage backend.
That's correct.
Okay.
And let's visualize that a bit. Let's talk about applications. In the beginning, everything is based on applications.
Yep.
And usually you talked about databases already a bit. Yes, we have databases. We see that very often, a common application we serve. Usually you have different requirements for that. A log file, for example, very write intensive, 100% writes, small writes. The archive may be a bit different, sequential, not as fast as a log file has to be. That means even there you have already different approaches in regards to performance.
So the read-write performance of the media, you would look at better performance write, and with a log file, you've got no performance requirements around reading that log file.
Correct.
Clear.
Mostly not, hopefully not.
Yeah, unless something's wrong.
Right. The second biggest part we see is virtualized environment. And here we don't know. And usually if we talk to service providers, for example, they have no idea what the customer is running on.
Yeah.
It can be everything.
And again, that's going to change inside the VMs themselves, aren't they?
Absolutely.
Because you can have a VM setup which is a standard file server,
right?
But you could have one set up that's actually serving a database.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's something we have no control on because that's based on a customer requirement,
yeah.
And they can change whatever they want. Another big part at the moment is the new type of applications, which is, let's grab Kubernetes, for example, as one part. And
so containerization.
Containerization.
Clear.
All these applications have different approaches. And what we see in the past, you have maybe a very fast system for your database, flash-based, for example, one silo. You have another silo for your virtual machine stuff, which can be a mixed environment. And for the new stuff, okay, you have to think about what you want to use. We can combine everything within our data services platform and serve everything, all the applications with the right performance they need. It means thinking about the data services platform, for example. This is our Datera data services platform, and a platform offers everything what you need across all the applications. What we do, we define policies on the application needs and for every application. And these policies are flexible as well. You can change them on the fly if you have changing requirements, for example, on your stuff.
So the policy is a recipe card for the performance, availability, really the spec of what that storage should look like and how it should behave.
Right.
Clear.
That means for Kubernetes guys, for example, what you have in Kubernetes, the manifest, the description of the compute part, we took that and transformed it on the storage part to have the flexibility. Then we offer, and I draw a couple of pictures, boxes, all flash nodes, for example.
Yep.
We offer hybrid flash nodes, which is a combination about a tiering layer on caching on the flash part in combination with spinning devices. And we have the next generation,
so
low
this
latency.
Is the Intel Optane stuff that we're seeing.
Right.
Awesome.
Intel Optane, Samsung SSD as a low latency stuff. These are, for example, a couple of nodes here, couple of nodes here, one or two nodes here, because it's a bit expensive. And defining on the policy, we can define where the data has to be located.
Okay, so if I'm clear, I can say here that my database needs to be, let's say, medium performance.
Right.
But if my needs change in the future, I can modify this policy file and start using the higher performance.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
That means in that case for a database, a very good example, you can think about maybe a volume on the hybrid flash node, and maybe the log file, because the write performance is consistent across all different types. Read performance is different, as you can imagine. Spinning device is a bit slower than a flash device. That means you can specify on a volume level where the data has to be located. And as you said, with changing requirements, think about moving the data.
So a potential use case on the database performance side then could be a cost comparison website. Maybe they're looking at insurance prices across all the different insurance companies. If that vendor is running an advertising campaign on the TV, maybe they want to give the best possible application performance when you're looking up insurance prices, linked to the advertising campaign of when the TV goes out.
Correct.
Great example.
And very good point. They know when the advertisement is sent.
Yep.
They can set up within the policy or within the scripting environment that they want to move the data an hour before, and they can be sure everything is done. And after that's done, they move it back to have a better price point for the data.
That's a great example.
Very
Michael,
good.
this is really interesting stuff. Can I go to the Datera website and find out more information?
Absolutely. We have a lot of content there, especially regarding the application tiering model. I'm talking about moving the data transparently for the application. And I think that gives a very good starting point. But if you want to know more, please feel free to contact us.
Perfect. Thanks ever so much for your time today.
Thank you.